Hi everyone, in today's video I thought I'd share 2 tips that I use to cultivate my inner femininity and to really light myself up and bring in more sensuality, more feminine essence, and more divineness into my life. Feminine energy is about presence, not performance. So my first tip is to connect to the authentic version of yourself that you have within. It is about slowing down and to just really learn who you are. So that would be my first step. So as a woman, I was always kind of taught that a woman should know everything about herself. And that doesn't mean that I won't keep learning about myself, but it means to be authentic with myself, to understand each and every part of myself, to learn about me, and to just develop as a person. Second tip would be to be receptive and to be open, to learn the art of surrendering. Surrendering might mean saying yes to different opportunities. It also might mean saying no to certain opportunities to say yes to yourself. However, it is very important that we become receptive to life, to allow ourselves to feel our own pleasure, to feel our own essence, essentially. And being receptive to life and being open to life is also being able to live in full acceptance. So I I often talk about acceptance, and I hope to in the future make a video about acceptance. Acceptance is one of the most beautiful acts of love that we can provide for ourselves, for other people. And when you're in the state of receptivity, you also accept the moment for how it is. So being open to different situations, to different kind of opportunities, to say yes. So a practice that you can kind of bring into your life to practice receptivity and openness is every single morning. Open your eyes and place your hand on your heart, and you can just say a phrase along the lines of, I open my heart to miracles, to the divineness of life, to life's beauty. I am open. I'm open to life. I accept life as it is, and I open my heart to the world. My third tip for tapping into your own inner femininity is to tap into your emotional depth. And I believe that this is incredibly important. So, as I mentioned, you should know different parts of yourself. And it is very essential that we understand and nurture our emotions. So, this, I think, is an act, it is more of a practice. And I recommend journaling, meditating, and really sitting with your feelings rather than pushing them away, shoving them, or just avoiding them. It's really important to just sit, acknowledge, accept, and love because your emotions, whether bad or good, are a part of your human day to day experience. And it takes a strong, divine person. And it takes a great person to just kind of acknowledge the beauty that life has to offer. And it takes femininity and grace to be receptive to this. So open your heart, feel all your feelings, and again, practice journaling, meditating. Some prompts you can ask yourself is, what am I feeling today? How does this make me feel? What how do I want to feel? What do I want to feel into? Are there parts of myself that I'm really afraid to feel? So it's really just asking yourself these emotional questions kind of that bring up answers. So it's really important to learn how to ask the right questions for yourself. My fourth tip would be to listen to your intuition and your inner knowing. So for everyone has their own sense of intuition, everyone has their own sense of knowing. However, I think that it should be a ritual, a daily practice that people take time to kind of learn to listen to their intuition. And so for me, kind of how I clarify what my intuition is, I think that thoughts are loud, intuition is quiet. So for me, what it means to listen to my intuition is before I make any decision, I sit and I kind of quiet my thoughts and I listen to what feels right for me. And I think that this is a great deal, a really great kind of part in my femininity is being able to listen to your intuition. And sometimes you're not going to like it. And sometimes, like there's moments where you're like, oh, I should have listened to my intuition. Always make a practice of it. Again, this is a practice that is built, like you're not just born with this like intuition that is super loud and you understand it. And sometimes you can confuse intuition with doubts. But again, intuition is always quiet, it's always soft, it's always nurturing, it's always that higher part of yourself that wants what's best for you. And it should feel good. It should feel I don't know, it's really important for it to feel natural. And again, it just takes practice, it takes time. So every day, what I like to do is I like to sit and to kind of just feel into what my intuition is trying to say. What is it that I need to listen to about myself or about the world? My next tip is sensuality and embodiment. So, this one is my favorite tip because it is so important for us women to tap into our sensual nature. So, this can either mean, I think I mentioned in another video about tapping into senses meditation. So, noticing how you feel internally, the sounds around you, the smells around you, the tastes, everything, really tapping into your senses, having like a rich experience, understanding what you're feeling internally, what's happening externally. That's sensual meditation. And then, for example, dancing. Dancing also helps you connect to your sensuality because it allows you to move through your hips, move your body, feel your body inside out. I always like to kind of ask myself, how can I make this moment even more sensual? And so this can mean different things for different people. I also love, for example, different acts, different practices. Oiling the body is a beautiful, beautiful practice. You get to tap into your senses. You get to tap into smells and sounds around you and kind of how you're feeling. And just by the act of touching yourself is very nurturing. It's very nurturing to kind of feel your own touch. Like we have such beautiful hands that deserve to touch our hearts and our bodies. So it's a beautiful practice to have. My next step would be to acknowledge life's rhythms and to acknowledge your own internal rhythm. So I made a whole video about cycle syncing, but also I wanted to talk a little bit about the moon. So again, some people are not that into astrology. They don't really believe in this kind of stuff. I, however, like to live my life in a way that acknowledges the seasons. So for me, new moon is a time for me to set new intentions. It's a time for new beginnings. It's a time for writing on my dreams, my thoughts, my goals. Whereas the full moon for me is a time of release. It's a time of letting go. This is a time where I like to schedule kind of runs in, or if I just want to release energy that no longer serves, to just really, understand what I want to get rid of in my life to bring in what I do want in my life. So again, I think that a big part of femininity is to live cyclically through our different cycles and different types of natures. Also, again, with cycle syncing, to live with my own inner nature, my own inner body, and my own inner patterns and that kind of stuff. My last tip, and I think the most important, is creation and nourishment. And when I'm talking about nourishment, I'm talking about nourishment of the soul. So create, whether it is painting or dancing or making a beautiful bouquet. When you allow yourself to create and when you dedicate this to your divine internal feminine essence, you're able to kind of light up your world. You're able to kind of alchemize, create something new in this world and spread light and learn about yourself and learn about the world. So I think creation is a huge part of femininity and also allowing yourself to be nourished by this creation. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I'm so grateful that you clicked play on this video, and I hope that you feel nurtured and guided, and I hope that you feel connected to your own inner femininity. I'm so proud of you. You are so loved. You are so worthy, and may your inner light just beam and sparkle. Sending all my love.